Hello, in this video I'm going to go over the mp10 Nitro Ready Set. If you're looking for a race quality, ready to run, you might want to watch this video. With the mp10 Ready Set, Kyosho provides a synchro radio that has an easy to use scroll dial and display screen. This makes tuning the car very simple. All you have to do is insert 4 AA batteries and turn on the radio. Next, we're going to turn on the receiver box. To scroll through the different tuning parameters, press in the dial. Spin the dial to choose from the different tuning parameters. Right now you can choose between different receivers and different cars. The main tuning that you'll want to make sure you have done first is setting your endpoints for your steering servo and your throttle servo. To do that, scroll to EPA-steer, and this is where you'll make your steering endpoint adjustments. To set the endpoints for the left steer, turn the wheel fully to the left and select the percentage by pressing the dial. You will want to watch your steering servo as you make this adjustment. You don't want it binding on itself. The whole point of setting the endpoints for a steering servo is so you don't prematurely damage the servo. Setting the endpoints will limit how far the servo can steer. Right now I have it at a pretty safe setting. To set the endpoints for the right steer, turn the wheel fully to the right and select the percentage by pressing the dial. After you have your steering endpoint set, next we're going to set the throttle endpoints. You want to make sure that the throttle servo is at a mechanical neutral, that way it's not braking or throttling. The ProTech RC Nitro starter set is a great set to have when you're first getting into Nitro. It will come with a rechargeable glow plug stick, charger, and tools. It will also come with a fuel bottle. With the starter set, you will first want to have your glow plug stick fully charged. This is very important for starting a Nitro. You will need a heat gun and a thermometer to start a Nitro engine. It's best to get the motor to 210 degrees before you try to pull start it. Next, we're going to go over the tuning of the carburetor. To start a Nitro for the break-in cycle, you will usually only need to adjust the idle screw. This sets the idle slide gap. You will want to have it at least 0.5 millimeters of a gap for break-in. You will probably have to adjust this screw accordingly because you want the motor to be idling for a pretty long time. Right here, as you can see what I'm pointing to with the screwdriver, this is the slide, and you want to look into that slide there and see 0.5 millimeters of a gap. You'll want to roll the car a little bit to make sure that the car is in neutral and it is not braking with the servo. With the endpoint set and the carburetor adjusted, we're going to heat up the motor. It will usually start within a couple pulls with the motor warmed up to at least 210 degrees. With the motor to the right temp, next we're going to get that glow plug stick and we're going to place it onto the glow plug. You will want to make sure that your radio and your receiver is on, so that way your throttle servo is in neutral. Look at that. If you follow these steps, you can have this bad boy started in just a couple pulls. You'll need to idle 4 tanks of gas through the motor to be able to break it in properly. This usually takes a while. With the motor running, it's easier to gauge if your idle screw needs to go up higher or it needs to go down lower. Alright, let's take it for a quick spin. Make sure you go through all 4 break-in tanks before you drive the car. Why it died on me is probably because I was running it just a little too cold. Also, it was running rich. You can adjust this with the high speed and low speed screws. 2.5 turns out is usually what is recommended. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.